Midwestern crowd. I am Caitlin, and I don't know if you can tell by my cherub face and my soft voice, but I do use my turn signal in parking lots. Make some noise if you grew up really sheltered, like your parents were really protective. I was about to say, y'all had fun in high school? Hey. Yeah, my parents were very protective of me. So much so, in high school, a friend of mine asked if I did any hard drugs. And I replied, no, but I think if I did, I'd start with the easy ones. I thought you could hotbox a cigarette. So I just ended up smoking myself like a brisket in my car for half an hour. Until a couple months ago, anytime some of my friends were smoking weed and someone walked in the room and asked, "Who's holding?" I assumed there was implied in a fart. To that question due to the smell? Yeah, I was also raised very socially conservative, and regardless of which side of the aisle we stand on, the fact that my dad had more pictures of Ronald Reagan than me. Yeah, I did find out that I could use it to my advantage, though. I could do whatever I wanted, as long as I found a conservative pundit that also did that thing. I was like, you know who gets to stay up late and watch Saturday Night Live? Sarah Palin. You know who gets a Junior Wendy's Frosty with their kids' meal? Rush Limbaugh. Happy 2.5 years sobriety to Rush Limbaugh. Some of you are not with me, he is dead. But yeah, that's how I got to watch Saturday morning cartoons. I was like, Dad, George W. doesn't really strike me as a big reader, okay? Probably loves Cartoon Network. Okay, think about it. Stay with me. You've seen him read exactly one time. It was a children's book. And he didn't even finish it. This seems like a great time to mention that I also am in therapy. Yeah, the kind of therapy that I do, it's called inner child work. And it's the idea that the things that you think about yourself, you would never say to child you. And I agree, I would never say these awful things to 6-year-old me. But 12-year-old me? She's like kind of the worst person I know. 12-year-old me wore fedoras, corrected people on the pronunciation of their own last names, and had very strong opinions on international policy for someone that had never left her county. Yeah. I think one thing though that really helped me get through it was I have a really close relationship with my siblings. I'm the oldest of 4 kids. My younger sister and I got along very well. Make some noise if you're a woman that grew up with a sister. Okay. And keep making noise if you had to share a room with that sister growing up. Yeah. See, my parents said it would be great practice for when I went to college and I had a roommate. But I don't know many roommates that you can body slam through drywall. And they will still ask you to be the maid of honor in their wedding. Yeah. We were very physical growing up. I was kind of like a little hothead, which is wild because I look like I would apologize to you. And I'm on the show. But yeah, I had a lot of aggression growing up, so I played a lot of sports. Make some noise if you played any sports here. What sports did you play, man? Golf, okay. Anybody, any other sports? Basketball, okay. Any other sports? Soccer, all right. Well, football? Okay, nice. All right, we got a nice variety. Golf's a new one. That's the first time. I'm from a very rural place. We didn't have. That sounds like a sport with equipment fees. I played basketball growing up, but the kind of basketball I played was called Christian youth basketball. So it's like normal basketball, except you get little awards for being most Christ-like. I was often voted most Christ-like due to my overwhelming humility. My coach described me as scrappy, which just means that I have more rage per pound than is developmentally appropriate. The only issue was, my dad, who was not religious, taught me to trash talk. I was always a tall kid, so I was under the basket. He's like, hey, she comes in the paint, and she doesn't have any heat. What do? Not in my house, bitch! I was 7. Coach immediately blows the whistle. Yeah. Remember, Christ-like, okay? As someone that had read the Bible, I know that being Christ-like includes flipping tables and yelling at Pharisees. So the next time she came in the paint, she didn't have any heat. I said,